guess Texas is considered their own country, from Australia, New Zealand, Malaysia, and so in Canada. We're excited about everything that's going to be happening with Jeunesse. I can tell you that in 21 years in the health and wellness and the network marketing industry, I've never seen a product line that captured the imagination of a population like ours has, and not just with stories and not just with lore, but with actual results. And here to share with us today about some of those results, about why people are having the results in the products that they are, is a member of our medical advisory board, Dr. William Amzallag, MD. Now, Dr. Amzallag is got a very interesting background. He's not only a scientist, but he's also a businessman and an entrepreneur. He's not only our general manager of European Union operations, but is also a medical spokesperson and an advisor. He has decades of experience in the medical world, both in Western as well as Chinese medicine, but also has 14 years of field experience in the network marketing industry. So he's got a very rare perspective on our industry as a whole, certainly a great insight into our product line with his medical background, and has specialized in Western and holistic medicine as well as in supplements, weight management, cosmetics. He has served as the VP and GM of Europe for several very large, well-known network marketing companies, and it's certainly exciting to have him with us. It gives us great comfort that Europe is in hands of great operations, and certainly very excited about his expertise. So with that, I'm going to turn it over today to our guest speaker, Dr. William Amzallag. Over to you, William.
Thank you very much for your presentation. So what is important with Jeunesse is to understand the product. This is a key factor in your success. Why? Because we have a very unique concept. We have a concept that nobody has in the industry. I don't know even if there is such a concept out of the industry. Dr. G.M. Papa has coined this concept by the word cellular age management system. And that's what I want to start to talk with you about. I want you to understand exactly what it means. You know, it's complicated things, but we can make it simple. And you can understand perfectly the importance of this system and the consequence of the product. You see, when you have this concept, cellular age management system, it starts by cellular. Cellular is very important because everything happens inside the cells. You know how many cells we have? We have 60 trillion cells minimum, probably 100 trillion cells. Now, each cell is a 10 micromillimeter units. It's the most fantastic technology that you can even imagine. So everything happens inside, and that's what we are going to talk for 5 minutes maybe about what happened in the cells. You have to understand that in a cell there is 4 major elements. The first one is the nucleus, the second one is the proteins, the third is mitochondria, and the fourth is the membrane. Let's talk about each of one. You see, the nucleus is the heart, the brain, the hard disk of the cells and all of our human. It's a teeny part which combines everything inside. And inside this nucleus you have 23 pairs of chromosomes, on which one is what we call the sexual part, which will decide if you are a male or a female. These 23 pair of chromosomes contain your database. Everything from your ancestors and your ancestors and your ancestors and so on. And how they do that? Because they contain what we call DNA strands. They contain these little things that's called desoxyribonucleic acid, desoxyribonucleic, and that contain in fact our genes. The DNA contain approximately 20,000 to 30,000 genes, which are our blueprint. With that, what we are going to do, we are going to build protein. These 20 to 30,000 genes are organized with 4 letters and billions of different ways to combine them. And with that, we can build specific protein. Each protein will have a specific action. So this is very, very important to understand that DNA and genes are the basic for our function, for our body, for everything. What is the next thing which is important? You see, that now you have the pictures of how the protein are built. All depend of every gene and every combination. The third part, which is very important, is what we call the mitochondria. Mitochondria is the energy manufacturers of the cells. The mitochondria is transforming the energy coming from the food or from the oxygen into ATP, which is high energy. And that's, again, very important because inside mitochondria we have also DNA. And then you have the membrane. The membrane is the interface between out of the cells and inside the cells. It is a very selected membrane which will dictate and regulate what has to go inside and what has to go outside. Now, this is to clarify what we have, the major things that we have in the cells. What means age management? So age management, either delaying aging or reversing aging. And that today all the scientists are asking the question, can we delay aging? Or even can we do better? Can we reverse aging? It thinks that is possible. This is a picture of what is delaying aging. You see, somebody who is supposed to be the age of 70 and looked at the picture under, that's what we mean delaying aging. But reversing aging is something different. And can we do that today? Is it possible to do that today? Yes. We know how to reverse aging in human. What we don't know for sure is whether we can reverse aging on you, on me. We probably can, but for the moment, we are not sure. Be patient, it will come. Reversing. So why are we aging? We are aging for 2 reasons. We are aging because we are damaging our DNA, and we are aging because our telomeres are shortening, and I will explain you that very quickly. You know, DNA is constantly attacked and aggressed by the environment, by many things. Every day, think that we have more than 200,000 attack and aggression on DNA, and every day our body is repairing the damage every day. And that is doing it perfectly until the age of 30. After the age of 30, it happened that the damage are going faster than the repair. And that's where the age starts, because the body cannot go as fast as the damage are going. From where this damage are coming? From junk food, from low exercise, from high sugar content, from pollution, of course, from toxic, from lactic acid, and of course from radiation, from UV, from the water. There is so many reasons to damage DNA today. This is why we're trying to protect DNA. DNA is damaged chemically by 4 different processes, which we call glycation, inflammation, oxidation, and bad methylation. Just let me explain you what means that. Oxidation, I think that everybody knows what means oxidation. Each time that we are in contact with oxygen, the oxygen will steal an electron from the atom. And that creates what we call free radicals. And free radicals are damaging for all our body. Free radical, if you have too much, if you don't know how to get rid of, you have problem in the heart, in the skin, in the kidney, in the joint, in the lung, in the brain, in the immune system, in blood vessels, everywhere. Oxidation is the worst which can happen, and of course it happens every day. Oxidation is normal. What I have to remind you is what we call homeostasis. In our body there is a constant fight between things which are going good and things which are doing bad. And the key of a healthy body is to keep a balance between both. Then in this case, we have to keep a balance between permanent oxidation and permanent antioxidant, which is the reverse. An antioxidant is a molecule which can give an electron to an atom in order not to be any more free radical. And that's what antioxidants are doing. They are giving up one of their electrons. Inflammation is a second major issue for DNA. And inflammation is not just a wound or something like that. It's what we call silent inflammation, which arises by a lot of pollution, by glucose level, by lack of exercise also, and will increase all the pro-inflammatory substances, including the one that you get when you don't have enough omega-3. Then that's the second attack or damage for DNA. And then you have what we call glycation. Glycation is something very special. Have you tried to put sugar on the floor and to put water on the sugar? And try to put your shoes on, it will stick. This is exactly what happens when you have too much or you eat too much sugar. Don't forget, sugar is a killer. What happens is that the sugar will stick your fiber, will stick your collagen, will stick a lot of essential molecules together and will stop them to work, will delay the efficiency of that. This is why glycation also is damaging the DNA by the same process, sticking molecules together. And you have the last one, which is bad methylation. Methylation is a biological term to tell you that you have to activate genes. As I told you, we have 30,000 genes, but they're not all working. Most of them are sleeping. In fact, we find out that only 10% of our genes are working at the same time. And the role of methylation is to activate one and to shut down another, to activate one and to shut down another. And when methylation is good, everything goes smooth, because when you activate the gene, it will then start to produce the protein that you need, and then it will sleep because you don't need any more of the protein, and some other gene will be activated, and the switch will be turned on and turned off and turned on. And the Chinese knew that for 5,000 years. They call it the yin and the yang, and we just find out 20 years ago. But methylation is absolutely essential for DNA. And that's for DNA damage. The second part of aging is telomere. What is telomeres? Telomeres are the end of the chromosome. Each time that the chromosome replicates, this end is shortening slowly. And this is how we can see it with a special technique. You see the end of the chromosomes, and each time that there is a duplication, which is all the time, the telomeres, the end will shorten and shorten. And what happens when there is no more telomeres? The cells become old. We call it senescence. And the division stops and the cell maybe die. That's how we reduce our number of cells. And slowly we don't have enough cells to produce the right proteins. And telomere shortening is the major cause of physiological aging. So this is what we call how we age. Now, what can we do to correct that. And that is all the science today about delaying aging or reversing aging. Then how to do that? We can do that by keeping DNA healthy, or stop the damage or reduce the damage or increase the repair. We can delay telomere shortening, and we can maintain what we call the stem cell pools. And you will see what are stem cells. Stem cells are fresh cells which are not specialized, which are sent to a function or to an organ which need new fresh cells. And they come and they are completely fresh, but these cells have DNA also. And this DNA can be attacked also. So the idea is to keep the DNA of these fresh new stem cells intact. And that's the trilogy of how to today to reverse or to delay aging. And how can we do that? Well, we have in the company three things. One very important is changing our lifestyle or improving our lifestyle, which will be a special course for that. We will not talk today about lifestyle because it's too long. And we have nutraceutical and cosmeceutical. Why we call them like that? Because it's food supplement which have also pharmacological effect. Then it's come from the nutrition origin and from the pharmaceutical origin. And for cosmeceutical is the same. It's cosmetic, which come from cosmetic origin and have also dermatological application. So this is what we have in Jeunesse. And we build that into a big line of product, which is what we call the Jeunesse family of product, which is Nutrigen and Luminesse. Nutrigen is the nutraceuticals and Luminesse the cosmeceuticals. Let's talk a little about those products, Those products have a triple mission, all of them, to help DNA repair, to activate positively the genes, we call that nutrigenomics, and to maintain the stem cells pool in good condition. And you will see that all our products are doing that, including the skincare one. You see, the first is the Reserve. Reserve is a product which is the basic of the product is a very famous antioxidant called resveratrol, which you can find also in grape or in red wine. So what the science have found is that not only it repair DNA or slowing the attack and increasing repairs, but also it will activate a certain gene which is called sirtuin gene, which normally is sleeping always. And by activating this gene called sirtuin, it will activate the longevity gene and increase longevity. And in fact, it is mimicking one of the basic science proof way of increasing longevity, which is calorie restriction. We find out that if you reduce your calorie intake by 30 to 40%, you will live much more longer. The only problem is that you cannot reduce your calorie restriction every day by 40% all your life. So we find out that Reserve or resveratrol can mimic the same process of these activating genes without having to reduce calorie restriction, to reduce calorie. This is why Reserve is very important to help you to increase your longevity, to help DNA repair, and also by doing that, it is protecting the DNA of the stem cells. This is why we are telling you that Reserve is combining DNA repair, nutrigenomic effect, which is activating the genes, and stem cells pool maintenance. And this is very important. So Reserve is what we call a super antioxidant. It's helped to improve immune system, to resist inflammation, to improve cardiovascular function, to assist in digestive tract function, to help to have healthy cholesterol level, and to increase metabolism. We are the only one to prove that reserve is coming inside the cells to do its job by a special test called the CAP-E test. And in my knowledge, I don't know many companies which have done this test. The second thing is how delaying telomere shortening, you see, and how to maintain, stem cells pools in a better condition. For that, Dr. G.M. Papa has created two products called AM and PM. And again, the same things, those products are the anti-age by excellence, by protecting against DNA damage, protecting stem cells pool, and delaying telomere shortening. Every one of these products contains almost 80 ingredients. The AM in the morning, you take two caps a day in the morning, show result which is dramatic improvement of quality of life and wellness within 12 weeks. Because first thing that people are asking me, well, this is longevity product, they will increase your longevity, do we have to wait 20 years or 30 years to see the result? Absolutely not. The result can be seen within a week, within 2 weeks, by the energy and by your skin. It contains 80 ingredients, including vitamin, nutrient extract, antioxidant. It has also cellular DNA repair, and also, which is very, very important, it decreases your body fat, increasing your metabolic rate, and creating more lean muscle mass. PM, on the other side, will help you sleeping better. It's improved the overall quality of your skin by reducing the appearance of the pore size, the age spot, the fine line. Basically, PM is for your skin also, but also for your hair, your nail, and also to help you sleeping. And that's very clear. A lot of thousands of testimonies show us that PM is helping people to have a good sleep. And this is basically the product that we have. More products are coming in terms of nutraceuticals. In terms of cosmeceuticals, I'm going to be more, let's say, precise today, or to insist only on one product, because you already have the training for the serum and the night cream. I'm going to talk about the daily moisturizing complex. Luminous have three products. They have three major products: the serum, the daily moisturizer complex, the advanced night cream repair, and I put a number 4, which will come soon, but I prefer that Wendy and Randy share with you when it will be the time, the good time, what kind of product, but it will come very soon, probably in 1 or 2 months maximum. And they will tell you what it's about. Then we will have 4 products in the Luminous line. And talking about the daily moisturizing complex, the first thing that I want to ask you is, why do we need a daily cream? You can tell, many people said, well, it's commercial, everybody is doing a cream for the day, a cream for the night, in order to sell more. That's not true. That's not true, and I will explain you why. There is 4 reasons why we create a daily cream. The first one is called chronobiology, and I will explain you why. It's called like protection, hydration, and anti-aging. What means chronobiology? Chronobiology means chrono time, biology is a science of life, which means it's a science which studies how life is changing with time. You all notice that we have season, which is what we call the yearly biological cycle, but we have also the daily cycle, 24 hours. Women have a 28-day cycle. Everything in life is divided in cycle. Now, what means that? if you take the 24-hour cycle, called in scientific terms circadian rhythm, during 24 hours, it's divided basically in two, the day, and it's written by the light and the dark. During the day, we are moving, we are acting, we are walking, we are spending energy. And all our body, all our metabolism is at the disposal of the energy, spending energy and working. And during the night, we are recuperating this energy. We are rebuilding what we lost during the day. And for the skin is exactly the same. During the day, we need protection because we are going to spend and we are going to be in front of the environment. But during the night, we need our skin to be repaired. We need our skin to be, nutrition, to get nutrition. This is why we have different products, one which is a daily one, which have different ingredients, completely different ingredients from the day and the night. The second criteria in this product is protection. Now, we are going outside, it's cold, it's hot, it's humid, it's dry, it's polluted, you have smoking, you have cigarette, you have everything to be attacked. So you have to protect your skin. You have to protect from UV, which is the most important. You have to protect it from stress, pollution, smoking, junk food. All that are creating silent inflammation and accelerating aging. And we have to have a cream which do not stop entirely, but at least block or delay. And especially for the UV. We have an SPF of 30. SPF means sun protecting factor. And the sun protective factor is mainly related to UVB and not UVA, but it will stop also some UVA. And why we want to do that? Because UV is of course very beneficial for vitamin D, for growing, but too much UVA, UVB can be harmful for your skin, can burn, can give collagen damage, can increase melanin production and melanin cancer, can increase keratosis, and can increase oxidation. So it is important to protect, not only to protect your skin against other pollution, but to protect your skin with a high SPF 30. SPF 30 will give you at least 5-hour protection before the sun will be burned, which means that if you put that, you can stay theoretically in the sun for 5 hours without burning, but be careful, 3 hours will be in fact what we recommend the maximum, as long as you don't shower or you don't clean or something in order to take out the cream. But SPF 30 is one of the highest factor. You have also UVF, which is another thing for the clothing. The clothes can also stop the UV. Who need protection? Almost everybody. You see, from the kids, from the baby to the old people, everybody needs protection, which means that at the moment that you put a cream, you need also to protect against UV. And how we do that? We protect with two major ingredients. One is called green alga or green seaweed extract, which is rich in protein and amino acid, and which enhance the natural production of collagen and elastin, because UV or all this pollution will decrease production of collagen and elastin. And the blue algae extract will naturally protect against UV ray. So you have these two major ingredients for your protection. The second thing is hydration. Hydration during the day is absolutely essential to your skin, and this product will provide you with 24 hours skin hydration. You know why? Skin flexibility, skin firmness is mainly due to its water contents coming from inside and also from outside. So you have to protect by giving hydration to your to your skin all the day. If it's necessary, you have to re-put that if the weather is dry. And how we do that? We do that with apple, lentil, and watermelon extract, which increase intracellular hydration by 85% in 2 weeks, and have been shown to reduce fine line in as little as 2 hours. And then we have the red seaweed extract, which absorb quickly in the pore, provide a natural moisturizing barrier. Anti-aging. Anti-aging is the number 4 action of this product, and of course it's done by the serum. Now, you all know the story of Dr. Newman. The basic and the exclusive of our product is the serum. The serum have been done and designed by Dr. Nathan Newman, who is extremely known. He is a practitioner in Beverly Hills, a plastic surgeon and a dermatologist. And you will see in Google, you will see a lot of his presentation, TV presentation. Well, what he did, which is unique, because there are others surgeons which are working on stem cells. But what he did, he extract the stem cells from your own fat, or for the fat of the people which he want to re-inject in the face. We are not talking about injection here, but that's how it started. You see, Dr. Nathan Newman has created a unique concept by extracting stem cells from fat tissue and using their benefit on the skin, either by injection for his patient or through the serum for jeunesse. And what he's using, don't think that stem cells can survive in a cream. They don't survive outside. If you want stem cells, fresh cells, to be in your skin, you have to inject it, otherwise they will not survive. But what he did, he takes these stem cells from the fat and it cultivates the stem cells in the media. And the stem cells will cultivate very, very fast and did millions and millions of stem cells. But what they do, which is very important, they talk between each other. You know, when we talk with a voice like I'm doing today. But chemicals and natural things talk between them by molecules. And these molecules are called growth factor. So what he did, he took only the media and put the content of the media in the serum. And the serum is 85% the media. And what he did is, it's plenty of growth factor. In fact, there is 242 growth factor, which are increasing the number of stem cells, which are increasing the numbers of growth factors. Are factors which are helping collagen, helping fibroblasts, helping every part of the cells to become fresh, to become strong, and not to become old. And by doing that, he's naturally treating the skin, naturally changing the destiny of the skin. It's exactly like stem cells. It's exactly what he said. He said, there are no cells in here, but everything that is there is produced by cells. And that's Dr. Newman's unique, exclusive concept for the stem cells. So, of course, you know, with this product, we reduce the fine lines. It's a patented formula. It delays the aging process, and it's absorbed quickly into your skin. Try it, and on top of the wonderful flavor and the wonderful texture, you will see the result very, very quickly. So that's what women want, you know, all-in-one product, moisturize, restore damaged collagen, prevent wrinkles, help prevent burns. It's non-oily, it's non-greasy, it's protect from UV. It's a product you feel so good. And for men too, it's non-oily. It gives you hydration. It protects from surface microcirculation, reduce inflammatory, especially after razor, protects the skin from aging, and also protects against UVA and UVB. You have to do it twice a day, or at least once a day in the morning after putting the serum. You put on your fingertip a little, and you gently massage. Please do it after the serum. So I think we have done a little review of everything to delay what I call the tic-tac. You know, tic-tac can become tic-tac, and then tick, and you wait a long time to get the tac. And maybe one day we will not have any more the tac and only the tick. Youthful Aging from Jeunesse is the most effective age management program ever available. Thank you very much for your listening.
Dr. Amzallag, thank you so much for a wonderful overview of the aging process, how the Jeunesse entire product line affects and addresses that, as well as in particular the daily moisturizing complex. Now, before we sign off, I just have a few questions. If you don't mind, I'd like to ask you. We've gotten a few that have been sent in, and a few that we hear on a pretty regular basis, and so I want to get your take on the answers to these questions. And so first off, there's a lot of stem cell. You hear stem cell being used in so many regards in the market. Kind of, if you can, encapsulate for us in an answer what makes the Luminesce product line in particular so unique. I mean, are we really unique?
Yes, we are, and I will explain you why. And if we talk about only skincare, but we can also talk about food supplements, but let's stay on Luminesce. On what sense Dr. Newman is a genius? You can go to a department store, you can buy the most famous one, Clarins, Lancôme, whatever, name it, and you will see that some are advertising a growth factor. Yes, they have a growth factor coming from vegetal origin, but they have one or two growth factor, and they sell that for $200. We have 240 growth factor. Why? We have 240 because we cannot put them one after the other. It's because the idea of Dr. Newman to extract the stem cells from the fat, number one, step one, to cultivate the stem cells in a media, to let them grow, to let them talk between them, to let them produce growth factors in big quantity, like 240 different one. Means when it's different one, it means that each one have a specific function. And when he have all that after 2 or 3 weeks, he put that in a cream and they give you that. Nobody has done that. No one. You can buy 1 or 2 growth factor in the market and put it in as an ingredient, but 240 you will never find. For that you have to extract yourself the stem cells from the fat. Who is doing that? Only Dr. Newman. Did I answer to your question?
Yes, actually quite well. And so just to paraphrase, so the amount of growth factors, the full spectrum, if you will, that we have, is compared to the 1 or 2 or 3 that you're going to find in our competition in the stores and with other companies, is kind of like communicating. If we're since we're speaking in English, let's talk about that. It's like using a very limited vocabulary versus a very large vocabulary. Obviously, with a larger vocabulary, you can communicate your point more effectively. So our product itself is just more effective. That would be a good analogy, correct?
Absolutely. It's exactly the exact analogy, because at the same time, we know that more growth factor you have, more stem cells you have, more they communicate. It's a question of language. Now, at the end, what is the language? Language will be the basic for producing the fresh skin cells that you need, or the fibroblast, or the collagen, or the elastin that you need to repair. at the end. That's the end of this talking between them. And that will make the product fantastic. That's the result that he have, which people cannot believe it when they show it.
Fascinating. Now, you kind of touched on something in the beginning. I want to go back and give you an opportunity to explain, and that is why our nutritional product, the Nutrigen line, is also equally unique.
Yes. Oh, well, if we talk about reserve in one shot or AM/PM, let's talk about AM/PM first. AM/PM have been designed by Dr. G.M. Papa to cover the basic minimum that we require to delay or even reverse aging. First, to delay. To delay, he have inside everything to repair DNA, everything to protect against DNA, every nutrient to fight against DNA damage. Don't forget, the basic mission of against aging or delaying aging is to protect DNA. And the basic for reversing aging is to stop telomere shortening and even to rebuild telomere, which is a second point that we are reaching slowly. Now, in order to have the competition, you know, there is a big competition in the body between DNA damage and DNA repair. So DNA damage we have, you know, we cannot stop the smoking, we cannot stop, well, oh, we can, but it's a long way. We cannot, we're living in a pollution environment. We can improve our lifestyle, and that will be the next course, probably, how to improve our lifestyle, how to have good nutrition, good exercise in order to improve DNA. But after that, what we need product to fight against the damage. And that's what AM is providing. Now, on top of that, is providing product or nutrition which increase the action against telomere shortening. Sorry. And even we are starting to understand that some are reversing the telomere shortening. So we are now in front of a unique product. I will say even more better than what we call astragaloside, which is TA65, a very important product against telomere, because we are covering everything here. Did I answer your question?
Fascinating. Yeah, yes, you did very well. Thank you very much, and bless you. All right, now let me ask you this, because for all of us on the line that are focusing on the Jeunesse opportunity, you know, we've now got, I hope, as the listeners do, as I am, have great peace of mind in the fact that we're offering something to the population that is not just credible, not just based in sound science, but that is truly unique. And I can tell you from my personal experience in looking at the customers and the you know, the team members that I have that have been using the products, the results really, you know, speak for themselves. But let's talk just very quickly about the purity, the quality of the products. If you can speak, I've had a couple folks though. How do we know this is a quality control you know, situation that we can, you know, that we can feel good about? So can you speak very quickly about the quality controls that are in place, Dr. Amzallag?
Yes. Well, if you talk first about skincare, the first step is about the serum. The serum, mainly all the basic of the serum is done by Dr. Newman. Dr. Newman take a very important steps to prevent everything which can happen, you know, inside bacteriological. Everything is trapped. You can trace everything. And then after that, when the serum go in a cool place, in a cool environment, you know, then he go to the manufacturer. The manufacturer is always a GMP manufacturer who have you know, very strict quality control for all the skincare, including the fact that we have to put preservative inside, of course, in order to prevent from bacterial aggression. But I can assure you that all the skincare are absolutely controlled from A to Z. Same for food supplements. The food supplements are regulated by health authority, and you cannot just, manufacture product in your kitchen. It's impossible today. You have to go through different steps, and I am telling you, when we have to register the product outside of the States, when it's manufactured, we have to provide half a kilo of document to prove that the product is safe for population, because this is the most important thing, to be safe. And we have to prove for each ingredient what is the origin of the ingredient, how it has to be done, and how it has been combined, and what are the process, and everything from A to Z. So I can assure you that safety and security are the most important part for manufacturers here today.
Great. Thanks, Dr. Amzallag. Now, I have one other question here, and that is as it relates to, I'm sure this is for the entire Luminesce line, as well as, including, obviously, the Daily Moisturizing Complex. But the question is, in the areas where there are, where there's a lot of sun, near the equator, Hawaii, Florida, California, etc., is there any concern with skin darkening from those that are using our product?
The skin will darken if you are in the sun. Even if you put sunscreen, you will have some increased production of melanin, which is normal. I don't see any white person in area like Florida or Hawaii, but it's normal. What we have to be careful is to protect the entire body, not only the face, against the harmful effect of the UV, but darkening in the sense of having tan is okay, small tan. Now, having darkening spot, I didn't see anything like that.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's what they're referring to, not just a normal tanning process, but
well, no darkening. Yeah. No, there is no reason to increase local production of melanin. Local, no, which means this little dark spot. Now, more than that, Dr. Newman thinks that the little spot, the dark spot that we have with aging, are going to be reduced by the use of the serum. I'm trying myself on my hands, and I started to notice a reduction of dark spots. I am 70 years old, so I have little dark things in my hands, and I'm putting every day this serum to see if these dark spots start to reduce. And they are starting to be reduced, not in a big quantity, but at least they are not increasing.
Okay, well, I'm sure that's good news for many folks, or at least certainly.
And I will take pictures of that, of course.
Okay, all right, very good. Well, Dr. Amzallag, that is all I have today for questions. Is there anything else that you might be able to add? Any common questions that you get through your travels that would want to answer before we sign off tonight?
Well, I think we don't realize what we have in our hands. I think that even our owners, don't realize that we have a gold mine in our hands. We have something which is unique in the world. We are just starting to show it and to share with other people. We need, of course, to fine-tune all our promoting material, our video and all that, to show the evidence behind. We have a science-based evidence product. And I think that is the best that we can have.
Product line that has credibility behind it, gives us as business builders, peace of mind that we're sharing something with those that we know that we can really stake our reputation on, and that's incredibly important. Dr. Amzallag,
that's why I'm sorry. That's why I suggest strongly to study and to work on the evidence, on the science behind, in order for us to be credible in front of other people. It's not easy to tell somebody, take this product and you will increase your longevity by 20 or 30 years. He said, how can I believe you when I will see the result? So it's a science behind what will give credibility to this product. This is why we insist on product culture. Thank you.
That's exactly right, and that's why very, very pleased with the Medical Advisory Board they have, the access that the company gives us to them through webinars like this and other presentations, and it does, for those of us that aren't scientists per se, we do have these great resources to lean on. So Dr. Amzallag, I want to thank you on behalf of the entire distributor force with Jeunesse for your tireless efforts, for your great presentation today, and for what you mean to our company. So thank you so much for lending us your expertise.
Thank you very much.